Hi, I'm Issa, and this is
Namaka.
and we are here today to talk about Seaside Stories with you guys. Namaka, you mentioned previously that you had your prom at Alki Beach. Can you tell us more about how it felt like to have a celebration there and what it was like?
It was bright, very bright, like just how it is outside, with the sun reflecting on the water. Again, the smell of salt and fish, because it was at Salties. It was really peaceful and serene. I just remember it being loud, in the sense that loud with like emotion, I think, combined, with my prom, but also being so close to the water. I feel as though the energy there is unmatched to anything else. I think we all really came together at prom in a way that I didn't see in, the 4 years that I went to my high school. So having prom on the water, I went to school at Franklin High School, where we were pretty close to Lake Washington. So being so close to the water during prom, I feel like was like a full circle moment. But I remember mainly how bright and serene it was, especially during photos. I'll show you later my prom photos. I looked stupendous. I looked wonderful, but the backdrop of the ocean, well, I guess of the lake, was one of my fondest memories.
How has your daily life or your special occasions been impacted by the water since moving to Seattle?
All throughout high school and afterward, my friends and I would do picnics on the lake. And we would go swimming, but it was mainly a place or a source of community, I believe, and a space for us to really bond, especially after high school. The summer after my senior year, my friends and I went on a road trip throughout the Olympic Peninsula. Went through the Olympic Forest and made it to Camp Ozette on the coast, and it was like a big last hurrah for all of us, saying goodbye as some of us went to college and moved out of our houses, out of our families' homes. And I remember jumping in the lake, and it was freezing. It was so cold, even during the summer. But it was one of those experiences where you can't make up or cultivate anywhere else but with the people that you love the most, or with the friends that you've been through so much, the treacherous times of high school. You can't make these moments up. And the water is where, I think, is the only place I was able to make those memories, where, you're battling the ocean, or, the sting of salt in your eyes, slipping on the hard rocks, feeling the seaweed on your legs wrap around your toes and feeling really uncomfortable. And then you look next to you and it's your best friend that you've had for 4 years. And yeah, I'm just getting sent right back to those moments where I felt so at peace. Even if I don't have those people with me anymore, I have some friends who've moved out of the state, or, because of life now that I'm, 4 years out of high school, trying to find those moments again with these people. Even though I've grown out of these people, I haven't grown out of the memories. So I can go to these spots and I can think about them, and then, cultivate new memories at Alki, where I had prom. And instead of prom, I can create a new memory of taking my shoes off and walking in the water with my little sister, or with a partner, or with my cats. I can think about putting them on a leash and taking them to these beaches. So yeah, I can grow and cultivate new memories with these places that I've always associated with serenity and love.
You mentioned that you went to La Push. Can you tell us more about your memories there, about how it felt to swim in the water, how the beaches felt, how it sounded?
I think it's really different. La Push, for example, I've only been a couple times with family, and compared to a lot of the beaches in Hawaii that I grew up on, very rocky, a lot of rock. It's freezing most of the year, and yeah, the rocks is the big thing. In Hawaii, very sandy. The water is cool and calming. The salt water is really intense in Hawaii. But I think that's what I love most is swimming. And when I can feel the sting of salt water in my eyes, I know I'm home. And I think that's why I enjoyed La Push more than like Washington or any, creeks or streams in Seattle or in Washington is La Push right on the ocean. I can almost imagine I'm back home in Hawaii where the salt water is so present. And there are some areas in La Push where it is sand and I can feel like I'm almost transported home in Hawaii, even though I'm so far away. But I think the cold and frigidness of the Pacific Northwest can take me out of that sometimes. But I think in a refreshing way compared to Hawaii, where, the climate is so different.